Hi, I'm Carol Wolfe, but I wasn't born Carol Wolfe. I was born Carol Jean Alexander on November 30th, 1951. I graduated from high school in 1970. I loved being in school. I had a lot of great experiences in school. I actually started my banking career while I was in school. I took a VOE in 68, 69, and I worked part-time and went to school part-time. When I first started working, I was in bookkeeping. I was trained on the addressograph machine. We didn't even go on computers till 1985, so everything was by paper back then. We had paper in and out tickets. When you paid cash out, you did an out ticket. When you took cash in, you did an in ticket, and at the end of the day you had to manually add them up. And then after that I moved over to the Gateway National Bank, which back then we didn't have branch banking, so we were all individual banks, even though Gateway was under the First National Bank title. There weren't any branch banking back then, so I served as a teller, and I was vault teller and head teller, and then I eventually worked my way up to new accounts, and I started working there in 1971. And in 1976, I changed over and I moved to Security State Bank, and eventually I was a financial service manager. And then after that, I became a marketing manager. And we were Security Bank for many years. And then First Republic Bank came in and bought the First National Bank and all the banking centers that worked under them. And it was a real fun place to work. I was very involved in the community. I was vice president of the Lions Club. We did Adopt a School. We did the business camp. It was the Chamber of Commerce, but we called it River Oaks Business Association, but that's basically what it was. And I served from treasurer to vice president to president one year, and then I was a director after that. So my total time at River Oaks at that time was 15 years. So at the 1994, Jeff Wentworth called me and said, because I was showing such success with the community and with my sales goals and things of that nature, he wanted me to go into a program with a rep from Dallas. They were trying to see if people with long careers with the bank could become branch managers. So we hooked them down to Houston and we went to school and came back, and they made me a branch manager at the McCart Banking Center, and I worked for 13 years as a banking center manager. I moved from McCart to Grapevine, and then I went to Fort Worth East. A very dear friend of mine, I worked for him at River Oaks, John DeLee. He passed away, and they thought that I would be a good fit because he and I managed together very well. So I went there and I worked there, I don't know, it might have been close to 5 years. And I was in the Chamber of Commerce there, the Rotary Club. I was vice president there. And we did Adopt a School with Fort Worth ISD, which was really fun. We did a sock hop one year. We did pizza. We did events for the teachers every year, so that they would have like a welcoming party. We also did that at River Oaks too. We did a teachers banquet every year and invited them to come into the banking center, and we always had the choir come and sing. So everywhere I went, I was pretty involved with the community, but I would say River Oaks and Fort Worth East were the most extensive. I was so proud during the time that I was managing that three of my banking centers won the Award of Excellence, and I was able to go to Tucson, and then we went to San Francisco with another group, and then the last one was Las Vegas. I also managed at Altamere and the Sycamore School Road, which is when Albertsons, uh, we were Bank of America by that time, and we had in-store locations at the Albertsons. So typically the manager at the bigger branch around the corner took up managing the in-store banking center too. So I had two staffs to manage. Um, After that, I was at Ridgely. I went to Ruth Snow. Also, I was a co-manager there at the branch at the Albertsons. So same thing. Went to downtown. Went back to River Oaks and was managing, and then I went back to Gateway and managed it again. So I had a very long career as a manager, and in 2008 I decided I wanted to do something different. So I moved up to Premier Banking, and we had to get our insurance license. That was called the 663 insurance license. And we worked with an investment banker, but we had to have the license so that we could even talk to the clients. But we didn't actually sell the investments. So I did that for about a year, and Merrill Lynch came in and bought all of the investment end of Bank of America. And we were told our jobs were very safe, not to worry. They don't have premier bankers at Merrill, so they're going to need some bankers to help them. But no, that's not what happened. They came in and they just told us all our jobs were going to be gone. So I just retired, drew my severance for a year. That was in January of 2009. And I just tried to decide what I wanted to do, because I'd been in banking for almost 40 years. I have actually thought about going back into banking. I would think that what I would want to do is be a teller. I think that that would be something that I could do with the automated teller machines, or when those came into play. I had more than one customer tell me after the machines came in that it just took a lot of the personal touch away from the customer. The convenience that everyone likes these days. Just to be able to drive up to the machine or deposit a check by taking a picture of it and sending it to your account. I mean, everybody's so busy these days, and so they're going out of town to work. Jobs are just different. People don't work in a facility anymore. A lot of times they work from home. But anyway, that was, I think, another personal thing that kind of went out the window. um, Other than that, I can't really think of anything, because I don't think we could go back to the way it was before computers came in. Even though there are a lot of folks that are older than me or my age that just don't care to learn how to use a computer, but I always thought it was interesting. I don't know everything, but I know enough to get by. And I think that's a good thing in today's modern world.